When we think of the term land of spices, India immediately comes to mind. Imagine stepping into an Indian marketplace where the air is infused with the rich aromas of pepper, turmeric, and cinnamon. But to understand why India is renowned for its spices, we need to turn back time thousands of years, journey along ancient trade routes, and follow merchants from around the world who sought not gold, but the true treasure, spices. India's unique geography and climate contribute to its status as a spice paradise. Located in South Asia, stretching from the majestic Himalayas to the Indian Ocean, the climate here varies greatly, from the tropical humidity of the south to the mild temperate north. This diversity makes it an ideal environment for cultivating a wide range of spices. Take Kerala, for example, known for black pepper, once called black gold, due to its high economic value. Kerala's tropical climate, high humidity, and abundant rainfall make it one of the world's largest spice-growing regions. In the north, Kashmir is famous for saffron, one of the most expensive spices globally, where a mere gram can fetch several dozen dollars. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu is renowned for its cinnamon and cardamom, benefiting from a warm, stable climate and steady rainfall. For ancient civilizations, Indian spices were once luxurious goods, often seen as black gold. Peppercorns, cinnamon sticks, and fragrant cloves became highly sought-after commodities, pursued by merchants and empires alike. Since ancient times, spices have played a significant role in daily life, not only for enhancing the flavor of food, but also for mummification, medicinal use, and food preservation. Thanks to its geographical advantages, India became the ideal place for growing and producing precious spices. Thousands of years ago, Arab, Persian, and Middle Eastern traders began crossing ancient trade routes to India, bringing goods such as silk, gold, and silver to exchange for spices. The Silk Road and Indian Ocean trade routes became the primary pathways to transport Indian spices to the Roman Empire and Mediterranean nations. Ancient Romans were especially fond of Indian spices, particularly black pepper. In fact, there's an intriguing story about how, during the height of the Roman Empire, a substantial amount of black pepper was once offered as a peace offering to save Rome from invading barbarian tribes. When the Roman Empire fell, land trade routes became increasingly difficult, making Indian spices even more desirable in medieval Europe. Spices became symbols of wealth and power, reserved for the elite classes who could afford them. The high demand led European nations to break the Arab monopoly on spice trade and seek direct sea routes to India, sparking the era of great maritime exploration. One of the most important events in spice history occurred in 1498 when Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama successfully found a sea route from Europe to India. Before this, land routes through the Middle East and North Africa, controlled by Muslim traders, caused spice prices in Europe to skyrocket. Seeking to bypass this monopoly, European explorers set sail to find new trade routes, and Vasco da Gama was the first to succeed. After a challenging journey across the Atlantic and around the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, he reached Calicut, a port city on India's southwestern coast in Kerala, where he found a treasure trove of spices, particularly black pepper, to bring back to Portugal. Vasco da Gama's success not only opened a new trade route, but also laid the foundation for Portuguese dominance in India for decades. Inspired by Portugal's achievements, other European powers like the Netherlands, England, and France soon established trading companies to control the spice trade in India and Southeast Asia. By the 17th century, the Dutch East India Company emerged as a global trading giant. However, in India, they faced fierce competition from the Portuguese and the British. By the end of the 17th century, the British also joined the spice race with the establishment of the British East India Company, which through political and military power gradually took control of India, eventually transforming it into a British colony. This allowed Britain to dominate the spice trade and production in India, making spices as crucial in the ancient world as oil is in today's modern world. Today, spices remain a lifeline for India. They're not only flavor enhancers, but also key to India's economy. Despite the changing times, Indian spices remain hot commodities in global markets. India is now the world's largest producer and exporter of spices, accounting for over 75% of the global spice market. Indian spices like black pepper, turmeric, cinnamon, and cardamom are shipped worldwide, from the United States and Germany to the Middle East. To put it in numbers, India produces about 75% of the world's spices, exporting them to over 180 countries and territories. Annually, India produces over 2 million tons of spices across dozens of varieties, with black pepper and turmeric as staple products. Spice exports generate around $3 billion each year, with black pepper, turmeric, and cinnamon among the top sellers. India produces approximately 80% of the world's turmeric, a spice widely used not only in cooking, but also in medicine. Over 5 million farmers in India participate in spice cultivation, improving rural livelihoods, particularly in regions like Kerala, known for its high-quality black pepper. These numbers underscore the significance of spices in driving India's economy and enhancing the lives of millions of Indians. Today, Indian spices are a globally renowned brand, with black pepper, turmeric, and cinnamon highly favored by international consumers for their quality. This not only boosts export revenue, but also elevates India's reputation in the global spice market. And have you noticed, almost every Indian dish is rich in spices. In conclusion, spices are not just flavors that make food tastier, they've been India's money machine for thousands of years. From early trade with Arab merchants to becoming one of the world's largest spice exporters, spices have been essential in India's economic growth. With the ever-expanding global market, spices will undoubtedly continue to be India's golden goose for years to come, a treasure the Indian people have cherished for centuries and will keep valuing in the future. Thank you for tuning into this story. If you found it interesting, please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and sharing this video. And now we bid you farewell.